Now it's time to talk about Legend, directed by Ryan Hyland. This is the movie that everybody is talking about. This is a movie that's on everybody's lips at the moment. It stars Tom Hardy in a crash course for wackiness as both Reggie and Ronnie Kray. Oh, dearie me, look. I'm afraid to say this, and I've got to say this, but I'm going to be the dissenting voice in this. Much like with Boyhood, everybody was raving about that, saying how great Boyhood is. Everybody's raving about how great this movie is. Sadly, I've got to be the person that says I didn't like this movie. I found the movie to be incredibly unremarkable at almost every foreseeable level. This movie to me felt like a TV movie, which didn't help that the movie's score sounded like the theme tune to A Touch of Frost. Remember that, kids? Blimey. Look, for a movie called Legend, it seems totally unconcerned with exploring the Kray twin mythos, to explore the legend and the legacy of the Kray twins. It doesn't seek to dismantle that or explore that or deconstruct it to try and understand where these two guys really came from, to explore their past, the things that influenced them as children, to make them into the adults that they were. It's totally unconcerned by that. The movie just picks up midway through their life and just kind of wanders on from there. Some people have been saying that this movie glorifies the Kray twins, and I've got to be honest, I really don't see that at all, as that would imply that there was some kind of intention to this movie other than let's just make a movie about two iconic gangsters. As a gangster movie, it's lacking in any true grit and grind. There's no mud or blood underneath the fingertips of this movie. It's all very glossy and shiny and seamless, like some kind of Hollywood product that has been made only to appeal to the widest possible international audience and isn't concerned at all about resembling some kind of semblance of reality. As the movie picks up around midway through the Kray twins' life, there's very little context or sufficient backstory given to these two characters. There's no real definite history that you're given to them to try and understand them, and from there on out there's no real character arc to either of them or much of a development of them on any foreseeable level. So the movie itself feels fairly unfocused when it really shouldn't be. And the lack of focus is something that feels like it very much comes from the writing of the movie and to a certain degree the direction. As we all know, Tom Hardy plays both the Kray twins in this movie, and we all know how great Tom Hardy can be. He's probably one of the greatest actors of our time. He's such a versatile performer that just the suggestion that he could play two characters, you immediately think he's going to pull it off, he's going to be great, he's going to be brilliant, but sadly he isn't. Within this movie, he comes in two distinct modes, mumbly and bland. Ronnie sounds for all the world like Bane, and I have to say though, to be honest, his performance as Ronnie Kray is probably the best thing about this movie. It's the one that's more interesting, the one that's more developed, the one that's more dynamic. It is a performance that he himself wanted to do with this movie before they decided to have him play both roles, and Reggie is fine, just fine, that's all he is. He, much like the rest of the movie, lacks in any real depth to make him truly memorable or to make the movie itself truly substantial. And much like The Visit, there is a twist to this movie, though you can't really call it a twist because it's based upon true events. But there is something that happens within the movie which is dealt with in a way which feels less like a distinct narrative idea and more like just an arty-farty twist that's thrown in just so the director can be a little bit clever. And trying to be as vague as I possibly can with this not to give anything away, but towards the end of the movie something happens and the way it's set up and the way that it's executed just feels very unsubstantial to me in almost every way, which is a shame really, as this is a movie which I really wanted to like. At the end of the day, I feel sorely disappointed by it. It's not a bad film, it's not a terrible movie, it's just not as good as it really could be, or really it should be given the talent going into it. If you get the chance to see it, then by all means, go and see it. You'll probably get a lot more of it out of it than me, but I am sadly sorely disappointed by it, I have to say.